Good morning, hello and welcome back to my channel. Please ignore what I look like. I didn't sleep very well last night and I feel really dehydrated, which I'll obviously fix when I go downstairs now, but you know when you just wake up and you feel dehydrated and your face feels puffy? I feel like that. But I thought today I would film a full day of eating. I am going for a bike ride later, so I'll obviously take you along with me on that. I'm in week 4 now of Project Comeback. I just want to talk about my eating, whether I'm tracking or not, and why, and what I've done in the past, and all of that. So I just feel like I want to address it, so I think a full day of eating could be a good way of doing that. So I have got my breakfast here ready. I just did a full avocado, like the whole avocado, I don't know why I said full, on 2 pieces of toast, just because the avocado was going off, so it needed eating, with some salt and chili flakes, and then a whole orange, cup of tea, water, hydrate before you caffeinate, and doggos. So this is Taran, my dog, that's Ness, my other dog, and then this is Jack, the Labrador that we're looking after, who was crying all night, weren't you? Oh well. And I think I'm gonna take my breakfast outside. Gonna put some more clothes on though because it's a little windy. So this catastrophe here is me attempting to make pizza bases or a pizza dough. So I think we're gonna have homemade pizzas for dinner and I'm gonna try and make the dough. I'm making it now because my sister's getting the stuff for dinner on her way back from work, so if it doesn't work then obviously she can pick some bases up. We didn't have enough plain flour. I needed 6 cups and we had about 2.5, so I've used self-raising flour, which could be the biggest mistake of my life. Or we could have really fluffy pizzas and it would be really nice. The only thing is that the recipe that I'm following, you need to activate the yeast, whereas I've got dried activated yeast. So it says on the back, don't need to activate with water, but the recipe requires water, obviously, otherwise the dough would just look like this and it wouldn't bind together at all. So I feel like I've got the 2.5 cups that I'm meant to have of warm water to activate the yeast, and I think I'm just going to add that in slowly and see how that goes. Wish me luck. Look how cool it looks when you add olive oil to flour. It literally like runs off. That is so cool. I'm so easily amused. So adding the water in worked. I didn't add all of it yet, just because it's getting quite sticky. So I've got flour and the water here that I'll keep adding, whether it's too sticky or too dry, and then I've got to knead it for a bit. So it's worked so far. The next test will be when we cook it, obviously, because of the raising flour, but my sister won't have bought anything then. I'm sure they'll be fine. Maybe a bit more flour. Right, if there are any pizza dough experts watching, please don't judge me. Oh, definitely more flour. Slight disclaimer, I've never done this before. You can probably tell. Ooh, yay. Right, I don't want it to get thicker than that, so now I need to get rid of that flour without making the surface wet. Bear with me. And just go in the sink. Right, it says to knead for 7 minutes, which is a long time. And I'm pretty sure it says if you're kneading by hand, knead it for 15 to 20 minutes. Great. Is this kneading? I have no idea. And then after kneading, you put it in a warm place covered with a damp towel. It's so specific. Pizza is one fussy food. Okay, so lunch. I have found this leftover pasta. I think it's got butternut squash or sweet potato or something in it. I have no idea which one it is. And then I'm probably just going to do a side salad on the side of that. I'll probably have the pasta cold, just as like a big nourish bowl. I really wanted to do like a big salady nourish bowl, but then obviously that pasta is left over and probably needs eating, so I'll do that as well, and that can be like the carb element of my salad. I don't really have something that I can do as a protein element. Tell you what, I take that back. I'm going to have one of these Vivera veggie burgers and my sister will probably kill me, but it looks nice. We'll try it. Yes, how good does this look? So I didn't use all the pasta, there was way more in there than I thought that there was. And then I've just got a basic salad with the salad dressing and then the burger. Then I've got my water. Okay, I am done eating lunch now. It was really, really good. I'm like so full now, ready for my cycle, which is coming up soon. And I wanted to quickly touch on what I was saying earlier. So basically all I wanted to say was, oh my god, my room's a mess. That's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was that I personally now do not count calories. I don't track what I eat. Funnily enough, I just putting my phone on charge. Funnily enough, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday and the day before that, I tracked both those days. And before I got ill, I would like religiously track, probably from November up until, well, when I got ill, so March. And the reason I started tracking in November was just out of curiosity, because I was always tired in the gym and I felt like I'd reached a plateau. I covered a lot of it on my Instagram. So I basically tracked a week just to see generally how much I ate throughout the week, and I was eating in between 1,800 and 2,000 calories, and I was training about 6 to 7 times a week, 3 of those being cardio sessions or like circuit sessions, so still strength but also burning fat as well. And I feel like tracking calories to put on weight is something that is never really touched on. I feel like what you hear about mostly is obviously eating in a calorie deficit to cut fat or cut weight or lose weight or whatever the goal may be. And then there's obviously the opposite of that, which is eating in a calorie surplus, which is to put on weight. It's good for like fueling your body. And then obviously if you eat the equivalent to the amount of calories that you're burning, then you maintain your bodily structure like as it is. Obviously it would change slightly, but you know. And I remember when I first started my fitness journey, I was tracking what I was eating, because I find it's really helpful. Like I wasn't very knowledgeable of what a portion size was, or like what macros were in each different like foods, and what foods are actually fueling you and like are filling and are giving you the right nutrients, and then what foods aren't. So for like educational purposes, I feel like tracking can be really useful, but I feel like I wouldn't advise tracking like for the rest of your life. I find diet a really hard thing to talk about because there's no specific way that anyone should be eating. Like I fully eat whatever I want. So when I say that I track what I was eating, I track like what I want to eat. I don't track specific foods that I've limited myself to, if that makes sense. Basically what I'm trying to say is, even when I was tracking, I wasn't restricting myself. Obviously because I was trying to eat more, I eventually got to a point where I was eating about 3,500 calories a day. So tracking calories doesn't always mean that you're restricting yourself, but also, I don't know, it's very, very difficult to talk about because like it's just down to the individual really. But I personally am not a fan of tracking my calories. I would do it like I've just done when I did it for like what, 2 days, just to see like roughly how much I'm eating now, because obviously I'm getting back into the gym, but I've been off for a while, so my appetite will be smaller, but at the same time my body will need energy. So I just wanted to know how much I was eating generally in a day. But because I'm not necessarily trying to lose weight, I just want to get strong, I feel like it's not exactly vital for me to track what I'm eating at all. I'm perfectly comfortable with my body now, so that is an indication for me that right now and how I'm eating is perfectly fine, and I don't need to change that. And if I'm happy with the way that I'm eating now, eating like whatever I want whenever I want in moderation, then that's fine. I hope this made sense. If you wanted me to do a full video discussing this like in more detail, then that could work, because I feel like I could ramble on about this for ages. But I'm gonna get ready for my bike ride now, so I will speak to you just before. Doggos barking everywhere. So the hair has been braided to avoid helmet hair. I'm currently snacking on these Smarties mini eggs whilst I'm waiting for Matt to get here, and I don't know what to wear yet to cycle. I'm obviously not going to be cycling in my bikini top, so I need to sort that out. But it is so warm. It is now 27 degrees. And I live in such a hilly area that, yep, it's going to be brutally horrendous. Horrendously brutal. Not sure which way around I wanted to say that, but there we are, you catch my drift. Considering it's my first cycle of Project Comeback and my first cycle, well, since being better, it's gonna be a sweaty one, I think. It is so warm. Like, it's windy, but it's still so hot. Oh boy. So I'm just gonna continue snacking on the Smarties mini eggs until he gets here, so I can see what he's wearing, then decide what I'm gonna wear. Anyone else do that? See what other people are wearing and then decide? All the time. to start making the pizzas. Look how good they came out. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope they're good.